pal. Episode 3. How are you?
Well, we've made it to number 3, so I'm good.
Yeah, we haven't been shut down yet.
We haven't been shut down yet. Not like the FBI story that we still need to cover.
Yeah, but, I like to keep people on the edge, wanting more. So, the FBI, the naughty bus, Trimley Treacle Mines.
I think we've covered Trimley Treacle Mines. That shouldn't be spoken about again.
Well, I spoke to Nicky Curtis.
Oh, okay.
I actually invited him on as a guest.
Good.
And he said he'd love to, but he's not saying a word about the mines.
Yes, and that's just how it is.
We'll see.
I think we could do a special episode about the naughty bus.
Possibly.
See, it's the same way, mate. You don't want to talk about the naughty bus. I can't talk about Trimley Treacle Mines.
Yeah.
So I've got a question.
Yeah.
How's it going with the radio show?
To be honest, no further forward since the last episode.
Okay.
I've messaged Rob from Felixstowe Radio and told him that I'm on annual leave next week.
Right.
And hopefully be free to go in for the however long and get it moving a little bit more.
So if you're off next week, does that mean there'll be plenty of chip shop reviews?
Possibly, yeah. I have to be careful though because I could just eat chips every minute of the day.
Okay, so what have you done so far for the chip shop reviews?
Well, I've been to 2 places.
Yep.
One of them was my pre-tournament favourite, and I wasn't overly...
Wasn't as good?
No.
Well, we need to know the name, in fairness.
I can't tell now. I'm not going to name names of
Okay.
any places because what I don't want to do, I don't want to have this as any sort of
malice.
negative.
Yes, okay.
Because it's just a bit of light-hearted fun.
Okay.
2 blokes talking about chips.
We want to know what the top 3 is, though, at the end.
Yeah, so if any underperform or any I don't like, I'm not going to say I didn't like blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Because, the 400,000 people that's listening to this podcast might think
Exactly.
it's gospel and not go to that place, and that's not fair.
That's not fair. And with the impact that we're having throughout the Felixstowe community and far and wide, that could be detrimental to their business.
It could, yeah. And just because I don't like a chip doesn't mean that the other people, they might love it. So I say, please take this as a little bit of fun, because
I did hit the Regal again this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, same standard, all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Apart from seafront, my tissues blew away, so I had to jump over the wall and go and chase them.
Did you jump?
I jumped. Well, you call it a jump. It's more like a gate vault rolly type thing.
Yeah.
It's a low wall. So something that we spoke about the other week was everyday people, which was the council's list.
Yes.
So, would you like to know what that was?
Yeah, I'd love to.
So in Felixstowe, this is when we had the kitchen business in St Andrews Road. So it would have been 15 plus years ago. Roy Proctor, no relation, came in and said, "Can you photocopy something for me?" And it was a list of names of everyday people you see around Felixstowe.
Okay.
So on there was, I've got to be careful because some of them were quite slanderous, slatey names, nickname versions. So do you remember the traffic warden who had the German-related name?
Yes. Just as a little disclaimer, if we say anything that is derogatory, we do not mean it. It's just their colloquial term that was used for them.
Definitely, yes. Because they actually cut that traffic warden's bike up and put it in his panniers, didn't they?
Yeah. That was wrong, but also one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
And I know who did it. And they cut his bike up and put it in the panniers, didn't they? And then padlocked it back to the lamppost where he left it.
And there's a bit sticking out of his little purse at the back of his bike. Yeah.
So that was a list of people like him. Okay. And there was like the Brian the traffic warden. Do you remember him?
Yes.
He was on there. There was Ginger Furniture, which would be Steve Bloomfield.
Yeah.
And what you had to do when you worked for the council was, as you were driving around going about your day, if you spotted one of those people, you had to go back and confirm it with whoever you're with and tick it off the list.
Oh, brilliant.
And then at the end of the week, if you got the most, they covered you so you could go home early on a Friday, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's probably the main reason why the bins didn't get emptied on time.
Well, it was the gardeners, it was everybody. Everybody on the council ran out of Felixstowe. And Bloomer said to me after this list had happened, he said, "Why is it with the people from the council? They keep, like one of them went past the end of the road the other day. I heard the tipper truck reverse up. He swung round, stuck his thumb up and drove off. And that's happened a couple of times lately. Because he's getting ticked off the list. Another reason I love Felixstowe.
Yeah. But in a way, I suppose if there was a list drawn up now, there wouldn't be many names on it because there doesn't seem to be that many characters anymore, does there?
Well, Bruce has gone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Who used to just hang about sort of down Langer End way.
Yeah.
Because he used to sweep the track at Speedway, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And they called him Uncle Bulgaria up there.
That's right, yeah. And he's Bruce, and his surname's Harrison, and he always used to tell me the yarn that George Harrison was his brother, George Harrison from the Beatles. And there's no sign of Bruce on Wikipedia.
No.
So I think he's lying.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah, he must have been dead about 5-6 years now, I suppose. He was deck chairman on the beach, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know a bloke called Ray who used to be the deck chair attendant on the beach, and he said that was the best job ever because all the girls used to come down the beach for the day and want to borrow his mallet for their windbreak, and that was how he'd have a little chat with them and then down the spa later. Good job, that.
What, getting his mallet back?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. All right, I've got him head now. Is Timmy Mallet, you know?
Yeah, he's shot away.
Yeah.
He's still on telly and trying hard, but he's not going to get anywhere.
Oh, he was funny though.
No, he weren't.
I'm surprised, yeah.
He's annoying.
You think so?
Yeah, he's just plastic, isn't he?
Would you, you wouldn't be hit over the head with his mallet.
So who do you think is one of the funniest people in Felixstowe if you're out and about?
Excluding me and you.
We're not funny, we're just able to produce a bit of content.
Do you know what? One of the funniest, and he doesn't even mean to be funny.
Yeah.
Rob Stewart.
Oh, do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. I a lot of time for Rob. He makes me laugh, and I don't think he acts. When he sent, when the phone goes off, beep beep, and it's Rob Stewart. Don't open it yet. You're still at work. And I'll get something off him, and I'll show my missus, and she goes, Rob Stewart? I'm like, yeah. So when he's doing that, that's other people's funniness, but when he's his own funniness, I quite like spending time with Rob. It's been a lot of years since I've actually been out now, and actually, because I'm old and COVID and...
Yeah, well, all of us are like that now.
Yeah, so it's...
Yeah, Rob can go the other way in a car or van or lorry or truck or whatever he's in, and you just look at you and you just just got that look, isn't he?
I know he's no longer Felixstowe, but he's always part of Felixstowe folklore. Rog.
Yeah, Roger Wingfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at a funeral together a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, he is funny. He's still coming. He was in Scotland.
Yeah.
He's now
Milton Keynes, isn't he?
Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a bit of work down this way.
I think it's Orford this week. I think.
Yeah, he has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is funny, very, and he's always been funny. So years ago, we were going round. I wasn't there actually. It was Claire Bloomfield and Steve Bloomfield were following in his van, and him and Pilkey just hit a lamppost. And they were still up against the lamppost. Rog was unconscious. He hadn't fitted his steering rack properly, and hit a lamppost.
So, a bit unfortunate, I didn't really know Rog when he lived in Felixstowe. I've only got to know him through Facebook. Right. And we've become good pals on there. And he actually, which always, when I had my accident on my bike recently, he actually rang me up to see if I was alright.
Yeah, he's like that.
Them sort of things.
He was once outside Orwell High School with his Crunch 90, I think it was, and he went, "Watch this!" And he revved it as hard as that'd go, kicked it in first, and that just flicked out from under him, done a loop in the air and landed on the handlebars in front of him. So that leads me on to, I think that the funniest person is just like Rog, and that was Large.
Oh yes, Large Maddocks, Ian Maddocks, yeah.
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 Because I was doing the door, I was sober on a Sunday morning. He'd sometimes ring me up about 6, 7, the boys didn't come in, we need to go and strike some scaffolding. And I'd go with him on a Sunday morning, and it'd just be so funny all the time. And even like, if you go and sit in the Falcon next to him, you just go, oh, you got to get ready for it because it's going to hurt.
He never had an off switch, did he?
No.
It was constant.
Yeah. He once ate a whole card of Pepperamis from the pub card in the pub. And there's stuff I just can't tell you on air.
Yeah.
Because it's just way out there.
So I never used to mix any circles, but when I did bump into him, I knew I was in for a ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Strap yourself in, as they say.
Large and JM borrowed Roger Wingfield's crunch to go to Orford fishing, and when they got there they were cold, so they set fire to his bike to keep warm.
That's outrageous.
But yeah, Large is definitely a large character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sorely missed.
Grew up bottom of my road.
Did he?
Yeah. Him and his sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to spend a lot of time in the Falcon. Yeah. He was always banned and then allowed back in again.
Yeah, I suppose banning for an hour. Yeah. Can I come back in there? Yeah. Fantastic.
So what have you been doing this week then? Anything of notable value?
Working hard.
Yeah.
I suppose Wednesday, so I've just been working, mate. You?
It's been really, we're just so busy at work that the days are just flying by. I'm going in at 6 at the moment and finishing early, and the day's just tripping out,
Yeah, I was in my bed at 7:30 last night.
Yeah. Are we drunk?
No, I just the wife had gone out to. I'm not allowed to say comedy show. I got told off yesterday for saying comedy show. She was one of the medium nights.
Yeah, it's not a comedy show, is it?
No.
No, it's real, that stuff.
Oh no, it's 100% real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she was at one of them. So I started to watch a film and it was rubbish. So I turned it off and just thought, I'm going to bed.
Well, we're old now, aren't we?
Yeah. And I was asleep before she came home, and she was home before 10. So.
I did actually go to our works Christmas do Saturday night at Trinity Park.
Yeah.
And it was just so nice to all be out and mingling and, doing that normal thing of drinking and at the bar, free bar and,
yeah.
Everyone just had a laugh. It was great.
Yeah, I had a couple of nights out at work the other week, and as you say, it's just nice, isn't it, to go in and actually stand at a bar and just chat with people.
But I think it is going to change soon, just by nature of this new one, until they know exactly what's going on.
I think it will, but it probably will, because I've booked things to do, things to go, and I'm bad like Jamie, they call me.
So we've talked about Felixstowe and the lights going up, which I saw was very nice.
Yeah.
What else do the Lions actually do?
Well, I had a look at their website.
Okay.
And they do things for charity.
Yeah, what?
Not
a lot.
Not a lot.
Oh.
According to the website, I think they do, but I think the website needs updating.
Oh, I think they do something about collecting glasses. I saw.
Yeah, and they said they look after the vulnerable and needy, which is nice because
we need to hear from someone who's a lion.
Yeah.
Because we want to promote Felixstowe and the things that people like that do.
Yeah. See, the website says there's 12 in Felixstowe.
Yeah.
Of male and female lions, but surely that's lions and lionesses, isn't it?
Is it a pride?
I
think it'd be a pride.
I think they take pride in their work.
That was.
I did say I wasn't going to do any more funny, weird, stupid jokes.
Yeah, someone did. Someone did say, "What is it with you and the stuff that's in the petri dish?"
Right. Okay, what I'm going to do, we're going to have a little break because I need to psych myself up for this. So we'll have a little break.
What, will you start again?
And then I'll tell you about it after we've listened to some incidental music. Right, welcome back. We've had our little break, we've had a little cup of tea. The Petri dish. Well, it's technically not a Petri dish, mate.
Okay.
If I start to go, you'll have to take over and just fill in the gaps by singing a little song or something.
Because we just talked about me eating the poisonous jelly at school when you were off.
I was, and I feel myself going now, but I'm going to be brave.
Okay.
Basically, if you know gravy and custard, and what happens to gravy and custard once it goes cold, don't tell me what happens because I'll go.
Okay.
Things like that make me go very, very poorly. And that milk, stuff on jelly, and I go really, 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 really ill. I'm going to take you back for a few years. We was on a stag do, and we ended up in this pub in Colchester one Sunday lunchtime. And the boys had found out about my aversion. I didn't think anything of it. Big Bryn Ward brought around, And unbeknown to me, he'd also bought a bowl of custard.
Okay.
Left it on the side. 3 hours later, when I'm holding court in the middle of this pub having a yarn with people, he brings it over and pops it in front of me.
Yeah.
I take one look at it.
Yeah.
And I projectile vomit. And the people at home listening to this, they can't see me now, but I'm shaking and I'm sweating.
You are sweating.
Just thinking about it. It makes me really, really ill. Anyway, we got chucked out of the pub.
I bet you did.
And the boys on the way home had a go at me, saying it was my fault for being sick. And Bryn,
well, Brilliant wouldn't be guilty of anything, would
no,
he?
just laughing. Calling me names. Custard boy and stuff like that. Anyway, Procky, we've got to move on.
Because you feel a bit right. You have gone sweaty.
I know, just let me calm down again a bit. People are going to be laughing and say I'm making this up, but...
No! You're shaking! Where's the trigger? What's it from?
It's Corston Junior School.
Yeah.
And the cooks.
Okay.
Who just served us that rubbish.
Right.
And made us eat it and...
Yeah.
Don't. Anyway, moving on.
I think you better take a break.
No, I'm alright, Pop. Carry on.
Right, so let's talk about another Jamie thing. You actually had a really serious accident, didn't you?
I did indeed. Yeah, in July of this year, mate.
Yeah. Where was it? South Hill?
Yeah, Convalescent.
Convalescent Hill, right.
Yeah. I was going into work. It was...
You're still sweating now.
Yeah, it was a Monday morning, and on that hill, when I cycled down, I look over the top, nothing coming.
Yeah.
I look, nothing coming, and I put a bit of effort in.
Yeah, yeah.
And my app tells me that on that hill, I've been averaging 28 miles an hour on my push bike, and that's quite fast. And I normally don't have to pedal again till I get to the North Sea Hotel.
Okay.
So you can imagine.
Is that what you're aiming for?
That's
a little bit of free fly.
Yeah. And anyway, this one Monday morning, it was a little bit damp, a little bit typical July day, a little bit of rain in the air. So I'm cycling down, and then middle of the road, there's big line of potholes. So on the left hand side, so I have to go in the middle. As I go down the middle.
Well, that's a regular route for you.
Yeah. My head tells me a car's coming up the hill.
Right.
So I'll put my brakes on. But I'm in the middle of the road and I've skid on one of them drains. And that's it, that's all I remember, mate. And I wake up and there's a young lady named Zoe who put it out publicly. She was brilliant.
Okay.
Saved my life. In my head she saved my life.
Yeah.
I'm lying there, pool of blood. Anyway, and then I look up and my brother's there.
Right.
And then to my left is my mate Rog, who used to be my landlord 20 years ago.
Oh, hold on. So basically, you must have been out for a long while because your brother's turned up. The landlord you didn't pay from a few years ago.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is like a sitcom died, and this is I'm in some sort of sitcom hell, aren't I? There's young lady.
How many ex-girlfriends?
There was none of them. I didn't have many, to be honest. So,
yeah, good fair point.
My brother and his wife. I'm like, what is that? So I can't move. I was out cold for about 5 minutes.
Right.
I carted off in an ambulance, and I was.
Well, that's not nice for this Zoe that found you. Then, if you're spark out,
yeah,
she's got to sort you out and
look
after you.
She's a nurse, so it was like busman's holiday for her.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah. Just didn't have all her gear about her.
No, she wearing a swimsuit because she was going to go for a morning dip.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bless her.
That's not what she normally wears when she's dealing with people that are unconscious.
No.
So you got carted off in an ambulance?
Yes.
Really?
Mm.
So the thing that made me annoyed when I saw that, but I held off posting something was, what was it?
You're going to tell me, like everyone else has,
Yeah.
where was your helmet?
And I see so many people round Felixstowe that mainly on the busy roads you see people wearing helmets. And I see parents that are riding a bike with their kid on the bike, the parent's not wearing the helmet but the kid is. And I think you're hiring to fall further, and if you ain't no good, who's going to look after the kid?
100%, yeah.
I just wish that more people would. I wear one. With my head.
My brother-in-law turned up and took my bike away for safekeeping.
Right.
But my sister wouldn't give me my bike back until I got a helmet.
Really?
Yeah, she said, I'm keeping it until you get a helmet. So
Fair play.
I did, yeah. And now, I'd say 99% of the time I wear a helmet. The only 1% is when I forget.
Obviously.
Yeah. And that's accidental because
Yeah.
I'm old now. You sort of get forgetful.
Yeah.
But because I haven't worn one for 50 odd years,
Okay.
it's getting into it. But I do. And it does bug me when I don't see people now. When I
Okay,
don't see
now,
around.
yeah.
And it's not only that, some cyclists shouldn't even be allowed on a bike.
Yeah.
There was a fella the other day going through town and he's cycling no hands, texting.
Yeah.
And the kids that actually do paper rounds with no lights on their bike. And I think if any newsagents listen, you shouldn't employ a child on a bike who hasn't got lights.
Or a helmet.
Or a helmet, yeah.
Still, you helmet.
Yeah.
We've got to get this in here.
Yeah, helmet.
Into everyone. It really is a thing, definitely.
I actually, a couple of years ago, I was cycling through Trimley and someone shouted helmet at me and I thought,
Yeah.
I'm cycling quite well here.
Did you ever shout, spot the docker, at anyone who went past in a high-vis jacket on a push bike?
No.
When I was a kid, when we walked home from Orwell High School to Trimley, any docker on a bicycle, spot the docker! You always had to shout it. I don't know why. Don't know where that came from.
Must be a Trimley thing, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Probably on their way back from the mines.
As always, Pattie. Do you remember Pattie used to drink in the Falcon?
Yeah, Pattie.
He was so smashed once. He got on his bike outside the Falcon, and he put his leg through the frame, and he couldn't work out why he couldn't get on the bike, but he had his leg through the frame, so he couldn't because the crossbar was hitting his crotch. So we're all at the window anyway. He's finally sorted it out. Shot across the road from the Falcon, straight up Falcon Street. Glanced off two cars, and we're like, wow, and off he's gone. And then Coca-Cola Dave sitting beside me, and his phone rang about 3 minutes later. Dad's bus driver. He just went, hello? Yeah. Yeah, he just left here. No, Dad, don't worry. No, it's not concussion. He was when he left here. Apparently Pattie rode straight into the front of his bus, fell off and got up. But he was so scrambled riding away before he got concussion.
Fantastic. Yeah, probably didn't even hurt, did it?
He's dead as well, isn't he?
Is he?
Yes. Derek Patterson was his proper name, and he died years and years ago.
Ah,
Yeah, I think quite a few people had to put some money together, so he had a decent grave, actually.
nice. Not nice that he's dead, but nice people.
Oh, yeah. Nice that people took the time.
Yeah.
One-eyed, he's played pool with one eye, didn't he? He's shut one eye because he was so drunk he couldn't see properly.
Done that.
Yeah.
And I'm blind in one eye, so I couldn't see a thing.
Are you blind in one eye?
I am, yeah.
I think we just worked out how the accident happened at the bottom of the hill.
No, I was born that way, so it's just not natural vision to me.
Oh, okay.
But that's why you won't see me in a car.
What, you're not allowed to drive?
I tried, and I was either on the path or in the middle of the road.
Oh, were you?
So at least on the bike, it's only one wheel. I've only got focus straight ahead, and I'm fine. Yeah.
Would you have been entitled to one of those little blue cars they used to have?
Yeah, I had to go on one there once outside the library. I was only a kid, and...
Did the person who owned it know?
Well, no, because, well, he must have done when he came out of the library and it weren't there. Well, basically, you know where Highfield Road is?
Yeah.
I got on the blue car outside the library and drove it to surplus stores and back.
That's theft.
Not if you bring it back.
No, well, unless you was it intended to bribe the owner permanently? That's not theft, but yeah.
See, I was hoping he was taking his time in the library.
Right.
But I got back and he weren't there, so I think I got away with it.
I think you did. You know the cinemas just there?
Yeah.
Do you remember the canopy that used to come out and they used to have the plug-on letters?
Yes.
I won't mention who, but two lads got up and rearranged the letters. So they leaned over, unplugged the letters, laid them out about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I think was it Honey I Shrunk the Kids, certificate 15 or something, and there were some more letters up the top, and they changed it to Acid Men from Mars, LSD 15, and that was up there for about 2 days.
Brilliant. You mentioned a cinema.
Yeah.
Myself and Gary Durrant went on the roof there once when we were kids.
There's always a Durrant mentioned in this a lot.
Yeah. See, the bad influences on me are naughty boys.
Yeah, go on, so what happened?
No, we just went on the roof and found a £1 note up there.
Right.
It was soaking wet, so we went into the cinema, to the toilet, and dried it under the dryer.
Yeah.
And then went and spent it in Tesco's.
Did you?
Yeah, and I still remember we got a pie each,
Yeah.
a bag of crisps each, and a hazelnut ski yogurt each, all out of £1.
What, you were about 4 years old?
I think we were teenagers, and then one of us, and it weren't me,
No.
tipped their yogurt over someone's bike seat.
That's not very nice, is it?
No.
That's pretty immature, actually.
Well, we
Well, you were high on life. You just found £1.
Yeah.
A bit like winning the lottery now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's probably worth about 20 quid nowadays.
I don't know.
I don't know. 2 pies, 2 ski yogurts, and bag of crisps each for £1. Probably got change. Can you still get ski yogurts?
I don't know. Can you get ski yogurts?
I don't know, because the ones with hazelnuts in it were lovely.
Why? Oh yeah, yeah. Not if you've got nut allergy. That'd be bad.
Yeah, no one had nut allergies in them days.
No, they didn't. They just didn't have them, did they?
No, just got on with it. Just
Yeah, I don't know. Loads of people used to have fits.
Well, they
and all
probably
sorts.
did. That's probably why
Yeah.
people going around clutching their faces and necks and stuff. He's only had a ski yogurt, Mum. What's happening with him?
Oh God! Should we take a
I
break?
think we better, mate. Well, I think we've calmed ourselves down a bit there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the teachers from Orwell once more, because I had a little bit of feedback.
Yeah.
And
Is this on the Facebook page?
yeah, and text messaging and
Yeah.
a bit of Twitter.
Okay.
And people were saying that they loved reminiscing about the teachers at Orwell.
Yeah. How many years ago would it be now? Like 30? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I left in 86, so that's 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, so what I thought I'd do is knock up quick top 5.
Go on then. What's your list?
So I've got in 5th place.
Oh, you've got a 5th straight.
Yeah.
In? Yeah.
Mr. Coburn,
Mr. Coburn.
or Cockburn, but he
What did he do then?
he
I can't
was
remember.
history. He had a beard. No, it was not a suit, beard.
Can't remember him.
No, I liked him, but I had to ask some of my old school friends his name, because even though he was one of my favourites, I'd forgotten his name.
Really? Okay.
So they helped me out with that.
Yeah. Right.
But in 4th,
Yeah.
which is a surprise considering I wasn't very sporty,
Yeah.
still not, Mr. Golding.
Mr. Golden.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Golden and Mr. McNally.
Now, I'm not going to do a worst 5 teachers,
Okay.
but let's just say McNally would be on there.
So Mr. McNally and Mr. Golden have actually seen my testicles.
Ah.
Because I got kicked in the nuts by Emma Hollis and she was wearing those pointy winkle picker things.
Ooh.
Yeah, straight in the middle. Oof.
Ouch.
So I had to go into this little room and they had to make sure that they were all still left and right and in the middle. And one of them went like this. He said, "Right, let's have a look then." And he went, and I think Mr. McNally was just writing on a piece of paper or doing something. And Mr. Golden went, "They look fine to me." Mr. McNally, and he went, "Yes, fine." And I was like, "Right, and I'll go then." All a bit weird,
See,
but had to be done.
What I liked about Mr. Golden was he had time for us rubbish kids.
Oh, did he?
So us who couldn't do sport, he'd still
How did he get you to do more? Treats, rewards?
give us donuts, I suppose. I don't know. He didn't know. But he'd talk to us and he'd sort of encourage us.
Was he?
And even though like we play football and we'd just let in our 15th goal, he'd be, "Come on, come on."
Oh, really?
You know, and he'd try and encourage us. So that was quite nice.
I was a lot skinnier at school, and I used to do like the cross country. I was water skiing every weekend, so I was fit. And then I don't know what happened, but I left school and it went wrong. But
See,
I was alright.
I wasn't overly fat. I was just useless because being blind in my left eye. And,
Yeah, you couldn't hit a ball, could you?
No, having no eye-hand coordination. and, see, in my head, I was George Best or
Were you?
I was Ian Botham.
Right.
But in real life, I was nowhere near.
No, better save it. Just save your sports stuff for the quizzes, eh?
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
it. So
Who we got next?
In 3rd, we mentioned him last time, Mr. Maiden,
Mr. Maiden.
because he made science fun.
He did, yeah.
Because it's boring, isn't it, science?
No, I loved it.
But before we met Mr. Maiden, it was boring.
Yeah,
But then he made it fun.
I only had Mr. Maiden a couple of times if one of the other teachers was off ill.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was shot away.
But then, so now we go into the top 2, and both.
Oh, sorry, I thought this was. You started with the 5th straight in.
I did go straight for the 5th, so I've gone 5, 4, 3. So
Oh.
now on 2, top 2.
Top 2. Okay,
so-
I got it upside down. Sorry.
Yeah. So 2nd place
Yeah.
was Mrs. Walker.
Oh, I didn't really know her.
She was my maths teacher.
Was she?
Later became Mrs. Callahan.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Kate Walker was in our class, her daughter.
Was she?
Always wanted to be an actress.
Did she?
Do you know what that is?
No.
Maths.
Oh, okay.
Working out figures and facts.
Yeah.
That's called Excel now.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mrs. Walker was my 2nd favourite.
Go on then, why?
Again, she made maths fun.
Did she?
Made it interesting.
Yeah.
She was approachable, where some of them were just there for the paycheck. She was there for the kids.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
what they're meant to be there for, really. And the number one, without a shadow of any doubt, and no one can actually message me.
Is this
or
like the
deny
Eagles?
it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Knight.
I thought everyone hated her.
Oh, maybe, or did they? I loved her.
Yeah, I thought Miss Stewart was really strict and people didn't like her.
Oh,
really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't really know her.
She was phenomenal.
Was she?
Yeah, she did rule with a bit of an iron fist.
That's probably what it is then.
But if you're one of the naughty boys, mate, then you deserved it.
Yeah.
Well, I was one of the naughty boys, but she seemed to have a soft spot for me. She probably knew I was from a broken home and needed some love.
Yeah, it's like,
Do you notice we still call them Mrs. Knights or
yeah, you
Mr.
would
Golden?
do.
Now, I'm going to give...
Not like that time when Mr. Garnett, when he called him Colin.
No, well, he deserved that.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention two teachers who've never taught me, but were still top drawer.
Go on then.
Mr. Mercier.
Oh, didn't he have a map of Bombay or something tattooed on the top of his head so he could get through enemy lines?
So the rumours go.
Yeah, that's what he used to tell everyone.
And the other one, Mr. Minto.
Yeah, Mr. Minto, he was lovely.
Now he's the only teacher that I don't call Mister anymore, because in the Grosvenor he said, "Come on, Jamie, you're 40. You've got to call me Colin now. Come on."
His wife's lovely as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good as gold.
Yeah. So that's my sort of top 5 with special mentions for 2 others.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. Yeah.
So no doubt people will pull my top 5s to bits like they do in real life.
Do you remember doing religious education?
Yeah, Mr. Slater.
That's it.
Yeah.
What did we do that for? No one was interested.
No.
It was odd, wasn't it?
It was.
It was like only, I think it was half an hour just as they had to do it.
Yeah.
Very strange.
He actually, he was actually a proper vicar, wasn't he? Because he'd come in.
Was he?
Or he definitely had a dog collar.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, I think you mixed up. Not when I was there.
Maybe my imagination's running riot,
Is
mate.
it some special after-school club that you went to? Was it?
Probably.
Is it why you're a bit weird?
Yeah. My my brain does remind me of things, and I think it also adds a little bit in.
Who set fire to the sports hut pavilion? Do you know?
I know,
No.
but I'm not going to.
You can't.
I'm not going to say, because for legal reasons. So.
But somebody actually set fire to it and it was gone.
Yeah.
Very strange, that one.
It was. See, naughty boys.
Yeah.
See, I think we were mischievous. We weren't naughty.
No, we weren't like broken.
No, we didn't set fire to things.
No.
So.
I think you look a bit disappointed that you're not a bit more naughty.
I think because I was accused of it all. You know, you might as well be hung for a sheep than a lamb, mate.
Why were you accused then?
Because
I've only got one eye, no one likes me.
I think that's what it was.
Do you reckon?
I was easy target.
They could catch you.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. Lord, yeah. Many years ago, we was out with the boys one night, and you know, the road coming off the A14 into Trimley.
Yeah.
With what we used to do there, it was very silly. But what we'd do, one of us would lie in the road, like they were hurt, and another one would hold you to wave a car down for help.
Yeah.
When the car stopped to get out, everyone would jump from under the bush and shout words at the driver, and then we'd all run off. Which is ludicrous. But we ran off across the field, and one of the drivers actually, because I was fat and slow, caught me and kicked the shit out of me.
He didn't?
Yeah.
Really?
Give me a good hiding.
Probably because you scared him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bit...
So...
I remember a lorry rolled over because Trimley roundabout used to be a roundabout, not an underpass.
That's right, yeah.
And a lorry rolled over and shed us loads. And in our garage, you had loads of wire coiled up that was no good for anything. Like, well, have that, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Salvage like a ship.
So...
But yeah, we used to play down Trimley Shores, and I remember we made a tree house once, and I was hammering these massive nails in with a hammer I'd borrowed from my dad, and we made some really good stuff because all the stuff used to blow off the docks into the marshes, like sheets of wood and all sorts. And this bloke came up, and he was going to proper punch me for hammering a nail into a tree which was a living thing that had feelings. I mean, I'm like 10 years old going, I don't know what he means. And I'm like nearly crying and that.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I know different now, of course. Trees have feelings. I hug a tree.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever gone that far, but I've been close to one.
I've hit up a few. Cool. Well, should we? What are we doing for time now? How are we going?
I think we've got 5 minutes left, mate.
5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you think you'd like to get off your chest that, stuff you kind of may have got involved with?
Like confessions.
A little bit of a confessional, yeah.
So your father Proctor.
Father Proctor.
Oh dear.
That's risky though, isn't it?
It is. Because what I find funny,
Yeah.
others may not.
No, that is the thing.
And may cause unintended offence.
And my mother-in-law does listen to this.
Yeah. So it's probably best to gloss over that, mate.
Okay. So would you be willing to tell us about, and in another episode, maybe a special episode just on that, why you got in trouble with the FBI?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also why you were on the naughty bus?
I'll talk about the FBI, but I won't talk about the naughty bus.
Okay, right. Because that was obviously a criminal activity that you went to court for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I was innocent, but
of course
got stitched up.
Well, yes.
As you do.
Yeah.
But we won't go there.
But I remember you doing community service and you're on the naughty bus.
Yeah. First bus out of Felixstowe on a Sunday morning was the naughty bus because the only people on it were the people who had to do community service.
What did you do for your community service?
Get to Ipswich and then have to get the minibus all the way back to Felixstowe to pick up litter off the beach or paint churches and stuff. And I just said to him, why can't I just meet you there? No, you have to sign in at Ipswich and we have to take you there. And do you know what they used to do at the end? When we'd finished, drove me back to Ipswich so I had to get the bus home back to Felixstowe.
Did they?
Yeah.
Well, it was a naughty bus.
Yeah. And I even tried to use my charm to get an extra hour, but they wouldn't have none of it.
No,
mate.
they wouldn't know.
No.
It's a strict thing.
Yeah. So, but that was old, Jamie. That was a long time ago. That was black and white television days, that was, mate.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
all good now.
Good behaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember once.
24th century, 25 plus years ago that was.
I remember my mum and dad went away, I think I was 16, 17, and I needed a clean pair of jeans, and I didn't know how to use the washing machine, so I dialed 100, asked the operator, she said repeat that. I said, look, my mum and dad have gone away, I need to clean my jeans, I don't know how to use the washing machine, can you help me please? She went, go and get them. So I put the phone down, because it obviously weren't mobile, brought it back, read the label out, she went, right, what's it got on the thing, come back again, it's got a 40, a picture of an iron with some lines, and she told me where to put the powder and sorted me out.
That's brilliant.
That is brilliant. And you could do an alarm call, couldn't you?
That don't happen anymore, 100.
No. That's gone. That's gone. And 17070 at parties.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is, do you?
No.
There used to be a line test facility, so you'd be around someone's house, if you dial 17070, that'd read the telephone number out to you, and then if you pressed 1, it would ring back. So when you're around someone's house, do that, put it down, walk off, you hear someone going, hello, hello.
No, I remember that now because you used to get, when you'd ask a girl out, and then you give her your home number and say, can you ring me?
Yeah.
And then every night, every hour, you'd be doing that test line just in case the line's broken. And then all reality is that she didn't want to bury you, she ghosted you. And
Did she?
Didn't want to know.
Did that happen a lot?
Yeah, run out of times, mate. Run out of times that happened. Yeah. Unlucky in love I was, as a kid.
Are we unlucky enough, were you? Never mind.
Never mind, mate.
We're happy now, aren't we?
Of course we are. Yeah. Yeah. Good, all good things come to those who wait.
They do.
And boy, did we have
Does
to
Katie,
wait.
does Katie agree?
Sometimes. Right, mate.
And I have to say, do we have to carry on with the harmonica at the end? Because it's a bit brutal.
No, I love it. It's fantastic. It's just 3 seconds of pure
Joy. Good on you, mate.
Yeah. So should we knock it on the head for another week?
Yeah, that's good.
Brilliant job.
Bye-bye, Felixstowe.
Yeah, cheers all. Bye.